Take your power back. I really don't like this title. I really couldn't think of one that is correct. Because the truth is, the reason I don't love this title, you can never give your power away. So how can you take something back that you've never given away? Now, what we experience in our reality is the illusion of having given our power away, and therefore the illusion of having to take it back. So today what I want to do is I want to share a story of what happened yesterday. I was a witness to this situation, and this situation just highlights how we create the illusion that somebody else is to blame for what it is that we're experiencing in reality. Because when you are blaming somebody else, that's when we create the illusion that someone else has power over our reality. And that is where we create the illusion, or fall into the illusion of believing that we are less powerful than we truly are. But the truth is, no matter what you're doing, you are always the infinite I am of your reality, because you're always the observer of it. So I want to share this example that highlights what we do when we forget who we are, and then how to kind of just not do that anymore, really. My name is Hedley, and if you have found your way to this channel, well done, you are in the right place. And if you have been here for some time, thank you so much. I'm so happy you're here and very grateful for your presence. If you would like to know more about me, I offer one-to-one law of assumption coaching, where we can work through any specific situation in your reality. I have my courses and my book, I Am Money. You'll find all of those details in the box below this video, or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. And if I can ask you for a very simple favor, if you are enjoying my channel, you're enjoying these videos, please do press that subscribe button, which really helps my channel and sends the message to YouTube and to Google that yes, I would love more of this wonderful, empowering information. So thank you for doing that. I much appreciate it. So the other day I was taking a walk with my friend down at the beach. So many of these stories that I share with you are on the beach. I guess I spend a lot of time at the beach, and so much is obviously happening down at the beach. Now, it didn't happen directly to me. I was a witness to it. But as I was witnessing it, I was thinking, wow, this is such a great example of when we forget who we are and we start blaming people in our reality for our reality, not realizing that we created that situation based on the state of consciousness we were holding before that situation unfolded. So what actually happened is, my friend was throwing the ball for our dogs, and this woman was walking towards us, and she wasn't with a dog. I could see that she was looking a little bit nervous, and she was watching where my friend was going to throw the ball. My friend, who obviously saw her, threw the ball off to the side, but she was so nervous, she actually did this weird side step, this kind of crab-like step, where she, in her nervousness, she walked herself into the situation where the dog ran into her. It was so crazy the way it happened, because had she just continued on in the direction she was walking, she would have missed the whole thing. But she literally walked into the situation that she was most trying to avoid. And I was watching this happen, just going, whoa, like she's literally walking into the situation. Anyway, she marched up to my friend and she said, "Excuse me, I've had this happen so many times where I'm walking and somebody throws the ball and the dogs run into me." She was literally relaying all of her past experiences that she's had where this exact situation has happened. And then she's giving a lecture to my friend on how he needs to behave differently and he needs to do something different in order for her to feel safe in her reality. From the outside, that might look like a very normal situation. But for me, obviously, working with this work, it was very clear that she was operating on a memory, a fear memory, an unrevised memory of a past unpleasant experience. And she literally walked up to my friend and relayed all of those past unpleasant experiences and then told him what he needs to do differently so that she doesn't have to have those experiences anymore. Now, that's not how this reality works. And of course, she doesn't know this, so she's just operating on unconscious conditioning. Because she hasn't revised those memories, she hasn't revised that consciousness, the fear is still active, so that when she steps onto the dog beach, she is in fear that she is going to have a dog run into her. And then, of course, she blamed my friend because of that. And in the blaming, she was now a victim of her consciousness because she couldn't see how she created it, whereas I was standing there watching her literally walk straight into it. In the blaming of her reality for what just happened, that's where we create the illusion of giving our power away, because now what she's done is she's given the power to my friend. Now he's the cause of the problem. And therefore, as long as he's the cause of the problem, there can be no resolution of that situation, and guaranteed she is going to continue walking up the beach, and that is going to happen all over again. And it may not be that day, but there's going to be another time when she's walking on the beach, and sure enough, that situation is going to happen again, and she's going to be even more angry at whoever she sees as responsible for that. This is a very human experience. We have all done this many times, myself included. In fact, because this is in my reality, what this actually did was I was looking at this and going, wow, where am I still blaming my reality for something? And of course, the answer came straight away. I could 100% see where I was giving my power away to this person over here, thinking that they were the cause of what was happening. And this situation was a reminder for me of where I was still doing it, where I was still blaming that thing or person in reality for my experience. And that is where we create the illusion of giving our power away. And then we step into the role of the victim. Now, the role of the victim is the role of powerlessness. As long as we are a victim of our reality, as long as we are blaming our reality and the people in it, we are victims to our reality. And there is no power in victimhood. Now, this is not about self-blame. This is about infinite freedom and infinite liberation from your reality. But in order to experience what you want in your reality, you have to have the courage to remember that I am is the observer. And as long as you are the one observing reality, yes, you're the one responsible for it. That doesn't mean your reality is your fault. We are all learning. We're all remembering. Just because we forgot who we are, that doesn't mean that it's your fault. It means it's your responsibility. This is not about putting you in a state of self-blame where you feel worse about yourself. So if that's where you go, take a step back, because that's not what this is about. That is not what these teachings are trying to do. This is not about blaming yourself. This is about taking responsibility for yourself. Responsibility does not equate to fault. For me personally, I love the fact that I'm responsible for my reality. I love the fact that my reality is a reflection, because it means I have 100% possibility to change it. And yes, that can be difficult at times when it appears very strongly that somebody has done something to me and I want to blame them, because it's much easier to blame somebody out there than it is to actually do the inner work. I actually think it's a lot harder to stay in blame of your reality and the people in it, because there's no freedom in that. You end up getting stuck in that story of victimhood, and it just feels awful. This is not about blaming yourself, but it is about looking at reality and going, okay, wow, I am seeing something in my reality that is unpleasant. I'm having this unpleasant experience. Now, this must come from something that's in my consciousness. Oh yeah, I have a memory of these other unpleasant times that I was on the dog beach and where this happened. Oh, and now history is repeating itself. So I could go back and revise those unpleasant memories so that I dissolve the consciousness that causes them to keep repeating in my reality. And then I'm not having to blame these people for what is happening to me, because as long as you are blaming somebody else for what is happening to you, you have no freedom in that. There is no freedom in blame, and that includes yourself. There's no freedom in blaming yourself. There's no freedom in blaming anyone else. Where there is freedom is claiming responsibility for the reflection. Remember, consciousness is the one and only reality. Your consciousness is your one and only reality. What remains active in your consciousness will get pushed out and reflected back. And anything you are resisting in your consciousness will get pushed out and reflected back. It is not getting reflected back to hurt you or harm you or make life difficult. It's being reflected back so that you can see it, become aware of it, and then go beyond it, rise above it, remember who you are through it. Oh, that's coming from me. I'm the infinite observer of my reality, of course. And I was holding that negative memory of what happened, a couple of months ago. And now that's just replaying itself to be healed so that I can remember who I am and have more of what it is that I want to experience, which is lovely, pleasant, peaceful dog walks down the beach. This is an infinite adventure that we are all on, and it will just continue playing out until we have that awakening, until we remember who we are, which is the infinite and forever observer of our reality. And once you know that, you have complete freedom as to what you choose to place your awareness on. You are more in command of reality. And that's one of the greatest gifts I've got from this work. My reality is my reflection of my consciousness. So as long as I'm taking care of my consciousness, my reality can take care of me. I can relax and enjoy my reality because I know I'm not a victim of it. I'm not a victim to it. Reality has a wonderful way of giving things to us gently and gently and gently. And then if we keep missing it, it's going to keep giving it to us, and it's just going to keep showing us and keep presenting us with these situations which may be unpleasant. But that is so that we can see ourselves in it. It's not so we can just keep blaming the other for what we think they have done to us. If you are in any kind of situation where you're still kind of blaming that person, then just come back to the one who is observing yourself blaming that person and remember that they are a reflection of you. And just really ask those questions. Okay, how is this helping me become more of myself? What is this person reflecting in me that I'm still missing within myself? Everything is here to help you, and everything is helping you come home to yourself and to that infinite wholeness, which is I am. So I hope this story has helped in some way. Remember, at any time you can choose another version of the story. So I'm going to link that video up here. Reality isn't fixed. The past isn't fixed. Anything that has happened to you in the past that has been unfavorable, it's not fixed. There's no time. Time is happening now. So you can revise those memories now. That way you never have to worry about manifesting them again. And then, of course, you don't have to blame those people that you see as the cause of them again. And you can be liberated from those unpleasant realities. The power is within you. The power is I am. I am is your name. So use it wisely. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.